Alright, what's good, y'all? This is J.C.A. Reactions. I'm John, and I'm back once again after a little bit period of time. Sorry about that. I'm about to go ahead and get into it. I already let y'all know videos ahead that your boy gonna react to this death battle right here. So y'all already know what it is. Y'all see the title: Aang vs. Edward Avatar Full Metal Alchemist Death Battle. Off top, I got my nigga Aang off top, bro. Now, whether I change or not, that depend on the stats. But if don't nothing change, my boy Aang gonna take it over, man. I'm willing to bet it. So let's see if I'm wrong. Let's see if I got it right. Whatever. I ain't gonna spend too much more time talking. So without further ado, about to give out this content strictly from me to you. Let's get it.
The elements make up every aspect of the world we live in, and no average person can tame them.
But somehow these kids can master them with a vengeance.
Like Aang, the Avatar.
And Edward Elric, the Full Metal Alchemist. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
I ain't got this shit, but I don't care.
Analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who
he
would
gotta
win
have
a death battle. Water.
Earth. Fire. Wind.
Air.
Wish it, y'all want to be technical. Air.
Once the four nations lived in harmony, and some of their citizens could even learn to bend their nation's element. But only the Avatar could master all four, and it's their duty to protect the balance between these nations.
And since there's always gotta be an Avatar around, a new one is born whenever the last one dies.
But everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Attempting to conquer the other three nations, the Avatar would inevitably be their greatest obstacle.
Man, they'd even go after a kid?
Living among the air nomads, Aang was an energetic and dutiful 12 years old when he learned of his destiny. He was the newest incarnation of the Avatar.
But he totally wussed out, ran away from home, and got frozen in ice for 100 years. What the hell? That's not what I'd do if I found out I was an awesome elemental badass. I'd definitely find a way to make money off that.
Boomstick, he's 12. But running away actually saved his life, as the Fire Nation knew the next Avatar would be an air nomad, and slaughtered them all in a horrific surprise attack.
But the poor kid wouldn't be stuck in ice forever. He was eventually rescued by some new friends and began his quest to learn the other elements and save the world. And as an air nomad, he can really bend the wind to his will.
He can use air bending to create whirlwinds and tornadoes or slice through solid stone.
And he can fly! Whee!
Well, it's not exactly flying, Boomstick. What he actually does is manipulate the air currents to keep aloft. That's why he carries a glider, complete with snacks.
Oh, well, I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Whatever. If it looks like a duck and sounds like a duck, it's a duck. Or I guess the flying Avatar guy.
But ducks actually can fly. Anyway, Aang can use air in pretty much every aspect of his life. Like for shields, increasing his speed, improving agility, adjusting his body temperature, and even focusing his breath to use as an attack.
He can adjust his body temperature.
After he learned water bending from Paku and Katara, Aang can make whips, knives, and literal tsunamis. Hey, I can do that too. Just give me a pool and watch this cannonball fly. Does that mean I'm a waterbender?
Sure. Waterbenders can also manipulate steam and ice.
Just like how I, the great
Please
waterbender,
tell me they gonna add blood bending in this. If they add blood,
this frozen block.
You what?
Yep. Waterbending 101. You can be jealous.
Oh wow, I'm just bursting with envy.
Bending powers activate! Ha! Success!
Like airbending, waterbending requires a nearby source of water to use, like a pond or a filled bottle. The same goes for earthbending, which Aang learned from his mentor Toph.
Earthbending is all about throwing rocks at people, and a bunch of other cool stuff, like making walls and earthquakes and causing the ground to swallow you up. Which is kind of creepy, actually.
Last but certainly not least,
not like the movie,
Aang
though.
learned the art of
The movie was
firebending
trash.
from his longtime rival, Prince Zuko. Unlike the other arts, firebenders can actually create fire to use at will.
Firebending is so goddamn powerful. It's even got the deadliest bending technique of all, shooting lightning.
Well, only the most advanced firebenders can cast lightning, which is usually an instant kill move. While Aang never learned the move itself, he has learned how to redirect it through his body.
But even after learning the 4 elements, Aang got to meet one last master bender.
Who taught him the art of manipulating a person's life energy, the purest form of bending.
It's super dangerous though, and one mistake could tear up Aang's soul.
And with it, Aang defeated the Fire Lord and brought peace to the world at large.
Well, with that and with his super form, the Avatar State.
In the Avatar State, Aang's bending abilities grow immensely powerful. This is because the Avatar State lets Aang draw upon the power and wisdom of all previous Avatar incarnations.
Exactly.
Though it is extremely risky, as dying while in the Avatar State ends the cycle of reincarnation permanently.
Why would he care if he's dead anyway? Whatever, the coolest thing about the Avatar State is it makes you glow, like this. Behold!
How are you doing that?
Oh, I
that was cool.
You need to go to the doctor. Like right now.
My liver's processed way worse than this.
Well, with or without the Avatar State, Aang is plenty powerful. He has the ability to move gigantic stone columns and even carve canyons around an entire city.
Not only has he survived hits from earthbending kings and massive explosions, he threw this gigantic column of rock at the Fire Lord.
To get the column's mass, we compared Aang's height against it and determined it must weigh
You got this
9,500
long drawn out
tons.
mouth.
And super fast too. With airbending, he can run on water.
Which, given his size, requires a movement speed of well over 67 miles per hour.
He used airbending to block a giant column-destroying explosive attack from the best-named character on the show, Combustion Man!
And he's proven he could redirect lightning from the Fire Lord himself. Taking into account the distance between them and how far Aang's arm had to move to catch the lightning, he would have to react at least 155 times faster than sound.
He is pretty unused to violence, though. I mean, he's a vegetarian pacifist for crying out loud. But while he may seem like just a kid, Aang still saved the world and led it into a peaceful future. To him, bending is elementary.
If you want to be a bender, you have to let go of fear.
Yeah, hey, what's up with Full Metal
Alchemists of
Alchemist?
old once tried to turn lead into gold with not great results.
I gotta get into
but
some
in the
new
country
anime,
of
bro.
Amestris, the ancient science of alchemy is actually possible by using the Earth's natural energy to reshape the molecular structure of various objects.
And by drawing a circle thingy.
A transmutation circle, which most alchemists use except for the youthful prodigy, Edward Elric.
Oh, what a little badass.
Careful, Boomstick, he's a bit touchy about his size.
Hey, if I lost my mom like he did, I'd get mad at the little stuff too. But Ed and his brother Alphonse figured they could bring her back with alchemy. So they went for it, but things went south real fast. You know how people say they'd give an arm and a leg for something? Well, Ed literally did, and poor Al lost his whole body. Luckily, Ed managed to stick his brother's soul in a suit of armor, but still, yikes.
This horrible experience has forever marked the two brothers. No one is meant to transmute the human soul.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch
and
this
the boys
shit
were
now.
lucky just to escape with their lives.
But he got something good out of it, like super secret knowledge, including how to do alchemy without a circle thingy. He just has to clap instead. So, worth it?
With these new abilities, Ed and Alphonse began their quest to restore their bodies. Specifically, they sought the incredible power of a Philosopher's Stone, believing it to be their only chance. Eventually, Ed joined the military, and thanks to his amazing potential, he was named by the Fuhrer the Full Metal Alchemist.
Wait, what? Adolf Hitler?
Nah, it's just Bradley. He's okay. Until he isn't.
Spoilers! Also, since Ed lost a couple limbs, he got them replaced with automail, kinda like my leg.
Automail is made from incredibly durable metal, ranging from his original steel one, to a gas-powered one, to his best version consisting of a mix of aluminum and carbon. Apart from being
There's a
durable
dude
metal
called
prosthetics,
Automail.
Ed's automail limbs function just like normal ones. He can even reshape his arm as a weapon.
So he can turn it into swords and saws and stuff, increase its durability by hardening its makeup, or turn it into an umbrella. Ah, truly a limb of many talents.
But at the end of the day, Ed's true talent lies not in sword fighting or umbrella holding, but the art of alchemy.
He can do all sorts of crazy things with all the elements. He can basically make anything he wants, like spears and shields.
So long as he follows the rule of equivalent exchange. Anything created with alchemy must have a source of equal value and cannot be made fundamentally different. For example, lead can be molded into a statue, but it cannot be turned into water. Other than that, there are 3 principles needed to use alchemy well. Comprehension,
Which means you gotta understand what the thing you're using is made of.
destruction,
Breaking stuff down.
and reconstruction.
Putting stuff back together.
Ed is only limited by the materials at hand and his imagination. At his
Okay.
full potential, he can do almost anything. He can purify water, create ammonium gas from ammonium nitrate, repair entire houses, and transform a gun into a trumpet.
Don't you ever try and do that with any of my guns. Anyway, Ed's also learned destruction alchemy, which does exactly what you think it does. Make a big ol' kaboom! Ed's used it to destroy stuff like automail, but it can also be used to explode people's heads!
Bro, what the hell?
So, using destruction alchemy, Ed should be able to destroy something like this on a molecular level.
Ha! Or you could just do that.
Anyway, with all of his abilities, Ed has done some incredibly impressive things.
Not only has he blocked gunfire from a Gatling gun after it started firing, he's dodged a pistol from nearly point-blank range, and his automail arm even took a bite from a lion-headed chimera. It was totally fine!
Assuming this chimera has a similar bite force to that of a real lion, that means Ed's arm stood up to a force of 1,000 pounds per square inch.
He's created a gigantic cannon, and then survived that cannon exploding while he was standing on it. And then he survived being on top of a huge boulder exploding too.
We can measure the boulder's explosion against Ed's size to get an approximate energy output. With a radius of 36 feet, this blast
Well, I got the
must be
feeling they gonna do
equivalent
Aang
to over
dirty.
100 tons of TNT.
How's that for equivalent exchange, bitches? He also survived an explosion that took out most of a 10-story building.
Even apart from being tough, Ed has shown considerable strength when using alchemy.
Like when he created a gigantic golem to crush his opponent.
By measuring the size of the stone golem's thumb, comparing it to the size of the average human's thumb, and using that scale to estimate the size of the golem, that gives us an estimated weight of over 3,000 metric tons.
All this without any Philosopher's Stone, because it turns out those things are really, really messed up.
Right. Philosopher's Stones are extremely powerful and can be used in many different ways. Kimberly the Crimson Lotus Alchemist, for example, used one to create a massive explosion equal to 157 kilotons of TNT. However, it turns out that these stones are composed of imprisoned human souls. So Ed and Al vow to avoid them on principle. Although Ed can boost his alchemic power in a similar manner by drawing on his own life force, increasing his potential at the cost of shortening his lifespan. But that's what Ed ultimately had to learn, what it truly means to let something go. And so he found another way to revive Al's body, sacrificing his own power for the sake of family.
Aw, what a nice guy. But
He's
all
so
in all,
dumb.
so long as Ed knows what he's trying to transmute, he's an amazing force to be reckoned with.
Now let's go home. Together.
Exactly. You weren't about to fuck me over like that. Alright.
All right,
I still got my
the
money on
stars
Aang, bro.
run the data through all possibilities.
But first, thanks to Blue Apron, I've become a food.
Still got my money on Aang, bro.
Sorry, Momo. You're just too
Little! Who are you calling a pipsqueak, you stupid hairless kid?
nobody?
I'll show you!
Why don't let him do that? Alright, that's what's up. Wait, Did he just use magic cylinder on his ass?
Being short, like you'll never hit your head on door frames, and
I'm still growing!
now I gotcha. Ah! Oh no! I'm sorry.
A classic misdirection. That's
What?
advantage Elric! Ha!
What? Oh, I was just about to say.
Damn it! How's this for small? What kind of alchemy is that?
Okay, no more clappy magic.
Whoa!
Uh-oh.
No, my cabbages!
I forgot about old boy with the cabbage.
There you are.
Now you doing earthbender. Yeah, earthbender.
Nice try,
You gotta get into the
Shorty.
avatar state still though. Man, he ain't done,
That
man.
worked.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, bro.
This ends now.
How y'all gonna play my boy like that? Stop playing with me.
At least I'm taller than you.
Yeah. Did he win though?
Left me no choice.
Did my boy win? Did my boy won?
Looks
That's
like
what I'm
Ed
talking
didn't
about.
have a leg to
Another
stand
win
on.
on my belt, bro.
Arm, I guess.
Ed may have been more quick-witted and inventive, and he certainly had more combat experience. But Aang's bending abilities were far more versatile and readily available than combat alchemy.
Yeah, it had cool stuff like cannons and gun trumpets, but Aang was fast enough to react to lightning, which is way faster than dodging a measly bullet.
Recall how Ed survived an explosion that destroyed most of a 10-story building. By examining the size of the building and thus the volume of the conical explosion, this blast must have equaled about 30 kilotons of TNT.
That's cool, but Aang did way more when he carved up a circle around that city in Avatar State.
The force to blast such a huge ravine around the city of Udao was a massive undertaking.
Was
By
that an
measuring the
episode?
width, length, and depth
I don't
of the
remember
affected
that.
area compared to the size of the city, we found it would take almost 160 kilotons of TNT to pull that off.
More than 5 times greater than Ed's best durability feat. So Aang definitely had the stuff to crush Ed's automail arm and the rest of him.
Granted, Ed could reach this sort of power by sacrificing his life force. Remember Kimbley's explosion, the one empowered by a Philosopher's Stone, a blast worth 157 kilotons of TNT? That's almost identical to Aang's feat, and theoretically, Ed could have been capable of this level of power. Theoretically. However, a Philosopher's Stone uses many souls, while Ed could only draw from his one. Not to mention, drawing from his own life force meant
So
his
old boy
power
with
had
the
a very
ruby, he like
short
Shane Song or Full Metal
duration
Alchemist.
compared to the Avatar state, which has no such limit. But even so, Ed's tactics and creativity kept him in the fight, yet the Avatar's speed, power, and versatility was too much for him. Aang may be a pacifist in canon and would hardly kill anyone, but unleashing his full power is a sight to behold.
Just when Ed thought he had the hang of it, he alchemist the mark.
The winner is Avatar
That was so
Aang.
lame for that, bro. Alright, who got next? Who my next pick? It goes Wilder, goes Wilder, goes Wilder. Who is Ghost Rider? Ghost Rider. I don't know who Lobo is, but I got Ghost Rider. I got Ghost Rider. So that's a bet. It's a bet. There's a bet. But alright, y'all. Down my reaction to shit. Damn. Hold up. Down my reaction to Aang versus who old boy is, man? Hold on, man. It's technical difficulties. Down my reaction to Aang versus Edward Avatar versus Full Metal Alchemist Death Battle. Also, if y'all want to see the original video It will be in the description box below. Y'all want to check it out without my commentary, whatnot, all my ugly ass face, whatever you want to call it. Shit, is there anything else I got to say? That's pretty much it. Well, shit. For everybody that's been checking out my Instagram and my Facebook fan page, bro, don't trip. I'm gonna start uploading a lot more often. So everybody just keep up with me. Keep y'all notifications up. Stay up to date with me. Check out what I'm doing, man. So don't trip. Your boy still here. So till the next battle, you know what I'm saying? Peace.